before seeing a table about Russian invading Ukraine, a table I did before, but there are many more new things and important ones. Very significant tables you will see. But before, let us see what was written about this invasion. So, this is what the Vilna Gaon says. This is the verse. So he says, very interesting, a feared outbreak of war between Russia and Ukraine could herald the coming of the Messiah, scholars claim. A rabbi says it would fulfill a centuries-old prophecy by his famous ancestor, Vilna Gaon, who is hailed as one of the most influential Jewish leaders in modern history. So this is Vilna Gaon, very famous. His picture quite known. And then some more things which he said, and those are the verses which he said was really given in tradition from generation to generation. So this is what was given as the story is. So the verse are the following. Rabbi Sternbuch, who is descendant of the genius of Vilna Gaon, what we saw, say that they have a tradition that the genius of Vilna Gaon said about it, that when the Russian Navy passed through the Bosphorus, you can put on Sabbath garments and wait for the Messiah. Amazing. In fact, this rabbi also said the same thing when the Russian entered the Crimea. So, very interesting. So, as you see here, was at that time in many newspapers, war, you believe it, war between Russia and Ukraine would lead to the coming of the Messiah. Says 300 years old Jewish prophecy, as we mentioned, yeah. So brought all the sources, very interesting, and quite known. Things which the Vilna Gaon says. Okay, why did not come before? Maybe that it was an appropriate time for Messiah, but what we need to repent also, to do Shuvah, not to desecrate the Shabbos, to keep mitzvot. Okay, so let us see now the table. It is in Hebrew, but I will try to explain you each word. The first thing what you have here in red, Russia, quite small skip altogether, Russia, and Ukraine. So this is really best meeting between Russia and Ukraine, as he mentioned many times that this program I'm using is Dr. Rothenberg, and he claims that best meetings, minimal, are more important than statistic. In this case, you have best meeting also Messiah and again Messiah, in red and in green, because there are two Messiahs. Son of Joseph will pave the way from Son of David. So, exactly what the Vilna Gaon does. When you see Russian in black, it is Tiflosh. If you see the Russia, Tiflosh invades Ukraine, then it's a sign that Messiah is very close. Now it is interesting that you have here also what he said before, Crimea. Yeah, when Russian will invade Crimea, yeah. So comes here also clearly. What more you have here, very interesting and makes the table significant, is this here, 5783 2, which is this year, sabbatical year, about which the Talmud says, portion Chelek in Sanhedrin, that the beginning of the sabbatical year will have wars, exactly what we see, and Motzei Shvit, in the end of Shvit, will have Messiah. No, maybe if Jews will do Shuvah before, will come before. Now, what more you have here? You have here Elijah. Just now you see Elijah and other important names which come here. So you have this month, Aleph Adar, A Adar, this is the first Adar. There are 2 months Adar, yeah? So this is the first one, Adar Aleph, and the year. Unbelievable. Then what we have here, Ben David, this is Elijah, and then you have Emunah, very interesting, the faith, the belief, because our rabbis tell us that the most important condition for redemption for Messiah is belief, faith in God. Our rabbis tell us it is a merit of Jews in Egypt, faith and belief in God. This was they redeemed, the same thing also. So in all these things which are happening in the world, yeah, supposed to strengthen our faith because all fits with the prophecies of in the Bible, exactly all these things. So you have here the faith, and definitely verses which said you have to keep the laws which God commanded Moses. And then you have many times the Hebrew word army, tzava, because this is army, yeah. Here we have Elijah, Eliah, who will come with Messiah together, And then we have also very, very interesting really appearance in this table. The Messiah, we said yes, this here, Elijah, and faith, belief, keeping the Torah, Krim, and Russia invading Ukraine, amazing. So all of this is most important, which makes the table very significant. You can see here that all of it comes in few verses in chapter 29, in chapter 30, and verses in 31, unbelievable. All in one book. This is also a very important condition for a real Bible code. Now, also it is interesting that between letter to letter, in the line you have 81 letters, and then 81 is a numerical way of the beginning of the 10 Commandments. Anochi, I am your God who took you out from Egypt. Is the basis of faith or belief. So very, very interesting that really we have clearly this idea coming in the table. So let us hope that really one is very concerned about what is going to be, yeah, no doubt, but here we have the Hebrew word threat. It's very, very serious threat, no doubt, very serious threat that we have now. And what we have to do to strengthen our faith, Emunah, strengthen our faith, and definitely the belief in Messiah, and keep the Torah and Mitzvot, many the Sabbath, our rabbis tell us. Translating the Shabbos, bring enemies to Jews, the Amalekites, doing things against the Torah, mainly in moral things like homosexuality, so also brings the Amalekites to fight with Israel. And Amalekites are all these nations that unfortunately, want to wipe out Israel. So, what we see in this table is very important. It's a very significant one that this really, I did it before, and when I did it They did not know yet whether they will invade, but it clearly shows that Russia will invade Ukraine. And this is exactly what was in the Crimea also. So, as I said, very interesting table, especially you see the date of this year, very small skip, and the month, Adar Aleph, the first Adar, exactly where we are now. So definitely that all these things are far away from being coincidence.